Hi, I'm Lori Davis with the Lexington Public Library, and you've joined us for our Grow with Google career webinar today, Collaborate, Meet, and Work Remotely. We are pleased that you have joined us today. I hope you're with us live, but if you're not and you've caught us on the replay at YouTube, at LEX Library, we're glad that you have seen us and tuned in. So thank you very much. We are very pleased to be a Grow with Google partner. Grow with Google offers an opportunity to have many career and entrepreneurship webinars that are geared for you and to help you move through your trajectory in careers and entrepreneurship. And so, without further ado, we will begin. So, working remotely. There are many tips from working from home. We all know that we have had to become more used to working remotely than we have previously. So, a few tips from working from home. Definitely keep your routine. If you normally wake up, work out, and take your shower before work, keep on doing that. Maintain regular hours, set a schedule, and try to keep to your schedule. Keeping your routine will help with that sense of normalcy. Next, create a dedicated workspace. Find a spot where you actually go to work in your home at the same place every day. If you don't have the luxury of a dedicated office at home, at least go to the same place at your dining table every day, even if this means you have to clean it up at dinner time. Don't just bring your laptop to the couch one day and then go to the recliner the next. Have lunch and breaks. Make sure you add them to your work schedule. It's too easy to eat at your desk when you're at home. Also, don't sit in front of your computer for 8 solid hours. Make sure every hour or so to stand up and walk around to give your body and eyes a break. Have tools that you need to be productive. Think about those necessary office supplies that you need in a normal work day. Make your list and make sure that you have them also as a part of your home office. Next, create that daily to-do list. And at the end of your work day, make sure you write your to-do list for the next day. This will help keep you from popping back to your computer just to do one more thing before logging off. Okay, we've got to give our coworkers a bit of grace. If they're working from home too, there may be a bit of background noise, dogs barking, interruptions from children and family members. So try to remember to just roll with it. And if those distractions happen to you, don't worry about it or stress over it. It's happening to all of us. Most importantly, when your workday is done, definitely close up shop. Remember, at the end of the day, if you're not at work, don't work. Make time to relax and focus on family. So, today, I'm going to share a few of Google's tools that will help you stay productive no matter where you are, so you can successfully collaborate, meet, and work remotely. I think we'll talk first about Google Meet and Calendar to help you communicate from anywhere. Then I think we'll go over Google Drive and how to collaborate with people on the same files from anywhere. Last, I'll introduce some additional Google training resources to help you learn from anywhere. Many of you have heard of Google Workspace. It was formerly referred to as G Suite, a collection of products designed for workplace collaboration, storage, communication, and more. So everything I'm going to show you today works with both Google Workspace and what Google calls its consumer version of these tools. That's what you probably call your regular Google account or maybe personal Google account. In the few places where things are different, I'll let you know. Remember that Google makes changes often, and so from time to time, you may see changes, and that's okay. It's just Google's way of making products and services easier. So, before we get into it, make sure that you are signed into your Google account. There is a GIF that shows an animation of how you need to sign into your account. If you don't already have a Google account, you can always set up one for free. You can choose to get a new Gmail email address, or you can use another email address you already have to register for a Google account by visiting accounts.google.com/sign up. If your business or employer uses Google Workspace, you may have an email address that doesn't look like a Gmail address, but it is still a Google account. If you aren't sure if your work email is Google Workspace or not, check with your team at work. So let's start off with learning how to communicate from wherever you are. First up is Google Meet, a tool for video conferences. You're probably used to meeting with your coworkers, clients, team, or even friends face to face, maybe in one of those large conference rooms or over coffee. But that's not always possible when everyone is working from a different location. Unlike a regular phone call or audio conference call, Google Meet gives you some of the benefits of face-to-face meetings, even when you cannot be in the same room. It is very easy to set up a video conference in Meet and share the link with the people you want to attend. Anyone can join a video call in Meet, even if they don't have a Google account. And setting up a Meet is available to everyone who has a Google account, even if it's not a Google Workspace account. You need to be signed in to Google, of course, to create a video meeting, but you do not need a Google account to participate in a Meet video call. If you have an existing Google account, for example, if you are an @gmail.com user, sign in at meet.google.com to get started. If you don't have a free Google account, remember you can create one using your work or personal email of choice. We require this step as a security measure, and you'll only need to do this once. You can create a Google account at accounts.google.com. What is Google Meet? With Meet, people can access your meeting from their computer, tablet, or smartphone. You don't need any plugins or special software for this. If you're connected to the internet, you can connect on Meet. As shown on the slide, when you're looking at Meet on a phone, you'll see your scheduled calls under the video screen. Because so many people are working from home right now, Google is extending advanced Meet capabilities to all Google Workspace customers. That means that people who use Meet through Google Workspace can have meetings up to 250 participants, and they can record meetings too. For individuals, it's up to 100 participants. All conferences in Meet are encrypted, and the security features are turned on by default, so that in most cases, you won't have to do anything to ensure the right protections are in place. This slide compares the free version of Google Meet with its paid plans. Paid plans refer to Google Workspace accounts, formerly known as G Suite, or a special option called Workspace Essentials that includes Google's productivity tools, Meet, Docs, Slides, Sheets, for businesses who want to use their own email and calendaring systems, such as Microsoft Outlook. As you can see, the free version allows up to 100 meeting participants in a meeting. Meetings can be up to 1 hour, and there is no limit on the number of meetings. For paid Google Workspace accounts, meetings can hold up to 250 attendees and allow you to record meetings depending on the plan. This presentation includes information about both plans, free and paid. The Meet interface may look slightly different depending on the version that you use. If you'd like to learn more and compare the plans more specifically, visit the Google Workspace pricing page at workspace.google.com/pricing. And note also that the number of attendees for meetings can change from time to time. So, how can your business benefit from Google Meet? Having a Google Meet video conference rather than an audio call helps people feel more connected to one another. If you haven't tried Meet, here are some ways you can use it. You're probably used to having in-person meetings with your team to discuss ideas, so why not try them in Meet? If you normally meet with clients in person, encourage your clients to schedule consultations with you through Google Meet. You can even host online classes or virtual get-togethers with Meet. I really enjoyed the virtual get-togethers during the height of the pandemic. I'm sure you all had an opportunity for that too. So, how to join a video conference using Google Meet? Like most Google tools, there are different ways to connect. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to join a Meet video call. No matter how you access Meet, you'll have a variety of options that you can use. So let's take a look at option number 1, using Google Meet. The easiest way to access Meet is through meet.google.com. This way is perfect for those impromptu meetings and conversations with colleagues. From meet.google.com, all you have to do is click Join or Start a Meeting. In the image on the screen, we've highlighted New Meeting on the left and Join a Meeting on the right. Remember that you don't need a Google account to participate in Meet video meetings. But if you don't have a Google account, the meeting organizer or someone from the organization must grant you access to the meeting. If you're not signed into a Google or Gmail account, you can't join using your mobile device. Let's take a look at option 2. Use Google Calendar. If you want to schedule a meeting in advance, or even if it's later that particular day, you can do so through your Google Calendar. This is the second way to schedule a Google Meet. You can find your calendar at calendar.google.com. So how to do it? Well, let's add a meeting. Once you are in your calendar, double-click on the time and day when you want the meeting. Add the title and start filling in any details necessary. So click Add Google Meet Video Conferencing as highlighted on the slide here. So click Add Video Conferencing. If you're using Google Workspace, the process of setting up a meeting is very similar. When you click the arrow next to Join with Google Meet, you'll see the option to join the meeting by phone. So this screenshot shows what setting up a Meet looks like from the Google Workspace version. So let's add more details. Within your meeting, you can also click the More Options link to add more information about the meeting. That's highlighted on the image on the screen. So let's add guests by entering their email addresses, add notes, and other options. When you finish setting up the meeting, make sure to select Save. So guests will receive an email with a calendar invite. When you save the meeting on your calendar, everyone you invited to the meeting will receive an email invitation that looks like the image on the screen with the meeting link highlighted. They'll have the option to accept or decline the invitation to your meeting. If you go back into the meeting on your own calendar, you'll see who has replied yes and who has said no, and even those who haven't sent a reply at all. So, join with Google Meet to start the meeting. When it's time to actually begin your meeting, go back to your calendar. Click on the meeting, then click Join with Google Meet. The image on the screen shows the button you can click within the calendar entry. Everyone you invited to the meeting also can access the link from their calendar, or they can go to their email and join the meeting from the link there. So, how the meetings will look. When you click on the link, you'll see a screen similar to this image with a big button that says Join Now. As you can see, people can join the meeting from their computer or smartphone. It is so very convenient to have the ability to join from your smartphone when you might need to be in your vehicle. Not everyone has a camera on their computer, but nearly everyone does on their phone. So, Google Meet features. You've just viewed different ways to initiate a Google Meet video call. Let's look at the different features of Google Meet. Google Meet controls. Here is a screenshot of how Google Meet looks with many people participating. There are several settings you have control of when attending a meet. You can mute your microphone or turn off your camera. That's really handy when you have others nearby. You do that by clicking on the gray microphone for muting or the camera icon for video at the bottom of the screen. This will add a red microphone icon with a strike through on top of your section on the screen and signals to everyone else that the microphone is off. If someone has their microphone or camera turned off, you won't see them in a live shot. Instead, you'll see their Google account profile picture or a static icon with just their first initial. Even when people are on a video call, there are times when they want to communicate via chat. This is useful when one person wants to share a link to other files. It's also useful when asking for information from a larger group. Or participants can send the group a message without interrupting the speaker. Anyone in the meeting can click on the chat icon on the top right of the screen and type a message to the rest of the group. Sharing your screen. If someone in the meeting wants to show a file or document that is on their computer with the rest of the group, they can share their screen by selecting Present Now. That option is highlighted on the screen on the bottom right-hand corner. The person who is sharing their screen may have multiple windows open on their screen. When they select Present Now, Google will ask what they want to share. They can select what view they want to share with other people in the meeting. Recording a meeting. Meet also allows you to record meetings to Google Drive, safely storing the recording for the meeting owner after recording is stopped or the meeting ends. On your screen, the image shows an example of what the recording meeting option looks like on the menu. The option to record is helpful for someone like a live training session that you want to be able to reference later or to share with people who weren't able to meet or attend the training live. So, what are the best practices in Google Meet? You want to be sure to make a good impression. You might want to practice first using Meet with a friend or a trusted coworker. That will then help you feel more comfortable with the technology if you happen to be a first timer, and also with how you look and sound on the Meet. The best practices for having a great Google Meet include: when you're conducting or participating in a video call like Meet, you should keep your camera on for as much time as you can. It makes a better impression, and it also helps you stay more engaged. Sometimes that's not always possible, but we encourage you to keep your camera on. Choose a neutral background if it's available, and reduce area clutter. An external microphone may provide better sound quality than the one built into your device, and it is particularly helpful if you plan to conduct virtual webinars. Finally, when you are not speaking, mute your microphone and limit moving around so not to distract from the person who's speaking at that time. How about how to collaborate from anywhere? We are going to focus on this tool so that you can communicate anywhere in the world. We realize that the world is becoming so interdependent, and you may need to speak to people in different areas of the world. You've probably been in a situation where someone on your team created a document or spreadsheet, then they emailed it to you and someone else on your team, and then asked for your thoughts. So you opened that file, made some changes, saved it as a version 2, and emailed it back. Your teammate made her own changes and saved it to her own file. After a few days of the three of you sending emails back and forth, no one is sure which one is the correct version. By storing files in Google Drive, you can share access to files, and everyone you share it with can make their changes just to one file. Best of all, you can see those changes in real time. Google applications. Signing into your Google account allows you to access all the products you have seen and will see today. You only have to sign in once to be able to access Google Sheets, Docs, Slides, Photos, Forms, Gmail, Calendar, and more applications. You'll see this screenshot shows the icons of the Google apps available. Select the Google Apps icon, and here you'll see all the Google applications that come with your particular account. Use the Google Apps menu to move between applications. Access Google Drive. You can find Google Drive by clicking on the grid icon at the upper right-hand corner of the screen. There is an animation on your screen that you can see demonstrating this. If you're already in a Google app, such as Gmail, you can find the grid icon on the upper right-hand corner there too. When you click on the grid icon, you'll see the Google Drive icon as well as icons for other Google apps. Most likely the ones you use the most will show up first. You can always feel free to arrange your apps the way you like. The link in the quick tip here goes to step-by-step instructions on everything you need to know about Google Drive, including uploading files from other software programs such as Word or Excel. There are a variety of ways to be able to manage your apps. And so let's talk about access from your mobile device. This screenshot shows the Google Drive icon on an iPhone. When you store your files in Google Drive, you can access them anywhere, anytime you are connected to the internet. And if you know there's a good chance you're going to be without internet access, you can turn on the available offline setting for the files you think you might need offline. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Organizing files. As I mentioned earlier, Google Drive is a tool that allows you to save all kinds of files in one secure location. Our slide shows a screenshot of my drive that shows some saved documents, PDFs, and slide presentations. You can control who sees your files. When you store files in your drive, you can give different people access to different files. For example, you created a draft agenda for a big event, and you want everyone on your event planning committee to have access to the agenda. That's the path I'm showing you on the left side of your screen. But also, if you have a budget file, and you only want one other person to have access to that, there's a path on the right-hand side that shows you that on the screen. Even better, you can give different people different levels of access to the file. People can either have access to edit a file, comment on the file without editing, or to just view it without the ability to comment or make changes. You can also give people access to a complete folder and store a group of files in that folder. In that situation, everyone who has access to the folder will also have access to the files within the folder. And yes, you can give access to people outside of your organization. This makes perfect for sharing information with your clients or members. Create documents in Google Drive. So now I'm going to show you how to create and collaborate on individual files. In order to create one of these files, you need to be in your Google account. The animation that you see now is showing how to create a document in Google by clicking the big plus sign button at the top, clicking on Google Docs in the menu, and then opening the From a Template option. I'm going to use Google Docs for my examples in this training, but starting a new file and collaborating on that file is the same for Google Docs, Google Sheets, which is a spreadsheet app, Slides, which is Google's presentation app, and this particular presentation that you're viewing now was created in Google Slides. What's great about these tools is that Google lets you start a blank file, or you can start off with one of the templates each tool provides. You can even create a default template to match your organization style. When you're in your Drive, like the image I'm showing you now, click on New, select the type of file you want to start, and then select if you want a blank file or one from a template. If you are already in the Docs app, your screen will look a bit different, but the process is very similar. Populate and format your document. Whether you're using a template or starting from a blank file like I have in this image, the first thing you'll want to do is rename your file. Google automatically saves your work and the files for you. If you don't name it right away, you'll end up with a bunch of files in your Google Drive, all called Untitled Document, Untitled Spreadsheet, or Untitled Presentation. Remember to give your files a name. I'm not going to show you exactly how to use the basic word processing features in Google Docs. If you need more information on how to use them, then you can go back to grow.google/remote work for a little more training on that. And at the end of today's presentation, I'll share a few more training resources with you. Share, comment, or assign. So there is a feature that makes collaboration even easier. Once you create a document, you might want feedback from other people. I already mentioned you can share files with other folks. As I'm demonstrating here, there's a blue share button at the right upper hand corner of the screen. When you click on that, you can add the emails of the people you want to share it with and also assign their editing level. Here's how you can add comments to your files and ask others to contribute to them. First, click on or highlight the word or phrase you wish to comment on. In our example, we used, "Have we started looking for her replacement?" There are a couple different ways to add a comment. I recommend that you go to the top of the screen and find the plus icon. At the top of our example, we added a call out that says add comment. That's where the plus icon is. Click that plus icon and you'll get a little pop-up where you can then type in your comment. When you do that, everyone who has access to the file can see your comment. But you can also alert or assign someone to the comment. On the right side of the screen, you'll see that Randy alerted and assigned a comment to Pamela. You tag someone in a comment by typing a plus or an @ sign and the email address of the person you want to alert. You can see in the example, Randy typed plus Pamela at example.com and then typed in her comment. Once you do that, you're given the option to assign the comment to that person as well. This comment is assigned to Pamela, so she knows she's responsible for answering and resolving that comment. When you alert or assign a comment to someone, they get an email notification as well. They can go into the document, read the comment, reply back, make changes, and resolve it if they wish. Any resolved comments disappear from the sidebar of the actual file, but all the communication is stored in the comment area, which can be accessed through the small gray call-out box next to the larger blue share button. Please note that this process works the same way in Google Sheets and Slides. Let's collaborate in Sheets. Here's an example of how the collaboration feature looks in Google Sheets. The screen shows where Pamela assigned a comment to Randy. Collaborate in Slides. Here's an example of how the collaboration feature looks in Slides. We are showing where Carissa assigned a comment to Madison. There are a few tips and tricks. You can also save a file in another format, such as PDF. Here's a screenshot of how that works in Google Docs. Just go to the File menu, click Download, and you'll see all of your available options. If you were in Google Sheets or Slides, you would be able to download those files into other similar spreadsheets or presentation types. And just in case you were wondering, you can also open files that are built into other tools like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. You do that by going to File, then Open. Accessing files offline. As we discussed previously, you may want to access some files offline. The Make Available Offline feature will allow you to access, edit, and save work in the files you indicate when you don't have an internet connection. But you do need to send this up while you have an internet connection. In our screenshot, I'm showing you how to go to the File menu, scroll to Make Available Offline, and click to Enable. Be sure you enable this feature for any files you think you may need offline before you get stuck without an internet connection. Also, you must do this on the device you'll want to access while you're offline. For example, if you want to use your phone to access a file while offline, go to the File, when online, from your phone and adjust the setting there. So it's time for our recap. Working remotely can be a great time to dive into new learning opportunities. Next, I'll share your next steps and training resources Google has to offer that you can access remotely. There are many different learning paths and options, so explore all of these tools and determine which ones make the most sense for you right now. Your next steps to successfully collaborate, meet, and work remotely. So first, try using Google Meet and get used to it so you can have video meetings with others. Then become familiar with Google Drive and all the functions of sharing files, commenting on them, and assigning action items to other people. I think you'll find This will make you much more efficient. And finally, explore the training options Google has to offer. Most likely, you will find something that's right for your business needs. There are some other apps to explore. We've already talked about Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, but you may also wish to explore forms, to create surveys, to collect feedback from others, sites, to create your own websites for a business or to share your work portfolio. Photos, to store all of your images in one place. YouTube, to learn or share through video content. Play, to see what other apps are available if you have an Android device. So keep learning. If you enjoy video lessons, definitely subscribe to Grow with Google's YouTube channel at youtube.com/Grow with Google, and definitely subscribe to the Lexington Public Library's YouTube channel at Lex Library. The channel publishes a new video every Thursday, but for the Lexington Public Library, you can check out many videos on Wednesdays. And these usually cover topics that help you grow your skills, careers, and businesses. Google Career Certificates. If you are looking to start a career and land a competitively paid position, or maybe just to build skills to grow in your current career, consider checking out Google Career Certificates. Google Career Certificates can give you a path to those in-demand, high-wage jobs with top employers currently hiring. You can earn a certificate and prepare a new career in high-growth fields in usually under 6 months, even if you don't have relevant experience. Learn at your own pace and complete the online program in your way. Certificates are currently available for IT support, project management, UX design, data analytics, and digital marketing and e-commerce. We at the Lexington Public Library will soon have these Google certificates available for you. If you wouldn't mind marking your website, www.lexpublib.org, and keep a lookout on when we will begin the rollout for those Google Career Certificates. Free online training and tools are available at google.com/grow. Grow with Google is an initiative that the Lexington Public Library has embarked upon, and we are hoping to help prepare you for work, find jobs, and grow businesses. You know, job seekers can grow their skills in order to find their new job and advance their careers. Teachers can also learn how to utilize the latest technology to work inside and outside the classroom. Small business owners can build their online presence and find new customers. Startups can learn how to get their ideas the exposure they need to succeed. Developers can sharpen their current skills and master new ones. To learn more, visit google.com/grow. The next slide has a list of resources that I hope you will take an opportunity to review at your leisure. We mentioned most of these today, and go to the websites listed on the screen for more depth information on these particular resources. We are very pleased at the Lexington Public Library that you joined us for today's presentation, And we expect to see you again on our future webinars and presentations. Most of the times they are available on Wednesdays from 11 to noon. And please go to our webpage, www.lexpublib.org, and you may check out the career and entrepreneurship resource pages. Those will list our previous videos as well as career and entrepreneurship focused resources. We thank you for joining us, and we hope you will check out our videos on our website or at our YouTube channel at Lex Library. Thank you very much.